So I've got 15 of the world's most famous guitarists, and only one of them can get the crown as the greatest guitarist of all time. So let's get to ranking them right now. So up first we have Alex Lifeson from Rush. I'm just saying, if you haven't seen Rush, what are you doing, man? Some of the greatest playing of any instruments you'll ever see. Alex Lifeson is going to score pretty high on this because he's just overall a great player. Riffs are just super groovy, super nice to listen to, and the chords in his songs are just super sharp and snappy, you know? It's just pleasant for the ears. So for this reason, he's gonna go into great. Our next guitarist on this list is Avenged Sevenfold's Sinister Gates. I don't even think I could get started on how much I hate Avenged Sevenfold. So for that reason, and that reason alone, I think I'm gonna need to put him at the bottom of the list. Horrible. The next guitarist on our chopping board is Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. 50 years old, and he still acts like he's the greatest rock musician of all time. The best song he's ever made was just a group of power chords going down the fretboard at like 80 beats per minute, and it wasn't even a good song anyways, so for that I'm gonna need to put him in bad. Our next guitarist is Eddie Van Halen from the band Van Halen. He was a pretty great guitarist, had some great solos recorded, but I just never really understood the hype around him. Like, yeah, he was amazing and he was a pioneer of his time, but he just kind of played good solos and played with his instrument. That's gonna happen if you play with your instrument long enough. So for that, I'm gonna put him in good. Our next guitarist to come onto the chopping block is Kerry King from Slayer. He's got some pretty great songs under his bands. He can make a good riff or two, you know? Although I do have to say, his soloing game is kind of weak. He kind of just plays whatever notes his fingers hit, you know? Doesn't really focus on what he's doing. Just for being so iconic, I think I might need to put him in meh. Up next is Mick Thompson from Slipknot. I fell in love with his guitar playing on the All Hope Is Gone album. Just every song on that is just hit after hit after hit, and the guitar tone is just crushing. Tremolo picking is just brutal. So for this, I think I'm gonna need to go great. Up next is Kirk Hammett from Metallica. I do think that Kirk Hammett is a great guitarist, but I don't think he's the best. He's just kind of mediocre. His solos are okay, but to be fair, most of them were taken from Dave Mustaine. So for this, I think I'm gonna need to put him in good. Up next is Tosin Abasi from Animals as Leaders. Don't mind the glaze, but this is genuinely one of the best guitar players I think I've ever seen. Just like every note to come out of this guy's guitar is just heavenly. And I don't think I've seen anybody do what he does better than he does. So for that, I'm gonna need to put him in God. Our next guitarist is Brian Head Welch from Korn. Now don't get me wrong, some of his 7-string riffs are the most inventive of our current metal era, but still, it's just kind of basic stuff, so I think I'm gonna need to put him in meh. Our next guitarist is Randy Rhoads from Ozzy Osbourne. Creator of probably the most iconic solo of all time, Crazy Train, I think he deserves a spot on this list as one of the greatest guitarists of all time, so I'm gonna put him in great. Zakk Wylde from Pantera and Black Label Society is next on the board. Some of the craziest riffs you'll ever hear, some blazing solos, and a picking hand like a machine. He's just got some crazy tones, some crazy guitar shapes. I think he has a spot in good. Dave Mustaine from Megadeth is probably going to be a very controversial pull here. I know a lot of people don't like him because of the whole Metallica situation, but yo, he created a band 10 times better than Metallica ever was, so for that, I think he's going to need to go into great as well. I'm just going to skip over this one, to be honest. I've been editing for a while and I don't want to really go over this guy. This is Jimi Hendrix. I think he's a bit overrated, so I'm just going to put him in meh. Tom Morello from Rage Against the Machine kind of just makes noises, you know? I don't think he really cares about the tone of his guitar, because half the time he's going to be playing with the input jack instead of the strings. So, I think creativity like that is going to get him a bad. Now, this is the part you've all been waiting for. Who is the greatest guitarist on earth? Well, obviously, it's got to be Machine Gun Kelly. I mean, just look at this guy. He's handsome, isn't he? Hey, how's it going? Thanks for watching. So I'm glad you made it this far, and I hope you guys all realized that this whole video was just rage bait. I think like only one or two people were in the correct place. Especially Machine Gun Kelly. He's obviously the greatest guitar player of all time. But yeah, just leave a comment down below. Tell me what you thought of the video, and I'll see you guys next time.